Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Aussie Starcraft. We're bringing you some of the fantastic games from MLG's Game On. We are in the final series of the day. It is Puck in the top central location of Polar Night versus Root Catz in the bottom central location as our yellow Zerg player. So it is a best of 3 game. Puck able to secure game number 1 against Catz, so we'll see how they fare here in game number 2. These two players have met before in the group stage, in the earlier part of the group stage, so both certainly proving to be an even matchup in all these games. So we've had some great games thus far, and it'll be interesting to see which of them is able to claw their way out ahead in this competition. Whoever wins this series of games will go on to the round of 8. So both these players fighting tooth and nail in an effort to progress their tournament hopes in this one of the first big online tournaments of 2014, and it's certainly always prestigious to win an MLG event, whether it's an online tournament or the major deal. Certainly a big deal to place highly in one of these. So all our players obviously going tooth and nail at it. We have Puck going for his ever reliable opening here, going for his gateway, then his assimilator, and it'll be interesting to see what Catz does. Always a crazy critter, Catz. You never know what he's going to do. He's from expanding in your natural to dropping Ultralists out of Overlords on your mineral line. You can always rely on Catz to do some of the silliest but most amusing Zerg strategies you can ever imagine. One of my personal favourite Catz games while we wait for this to get underway is watching a Catz ladder game where a Protoss opponent was trying to wall off, and in order to stop his opponent's wall off, Catz actually built his hatchery smack bang in the middle of the wall off location, and by the time the Protoss player could kill it, it was just in time for Catz' rather epic bailing bust to just come smashing through the hatchery-sized hole and just decimate his Protoss opponent. So certainly seen a lot of fun games out of Catz, and always enjoy watching him in a tournament scene or on the ladder. He's always a lot of fun to watch. So we have a Cyber Core coming up now for Puck, and Catz first scouting Overlord going to be making his way over here, and going to be taking up a position, as you can see waypointed here, for his 6 or 8 minute scout. Most Zerg players will do a little bit of a run over the Protoss base. If you're not as familiar with Zerg scout timings, that's the window you want to hit, and nice spot to tuck your Overlord on Polar Night is in this location over here. Then the 6 or 8 minute mark, you can fly it across and get a great view on what tech structures have been chosen by the Protoss player. So always hard to stop the Protoss player, particularly if their tech choices catch you by surprise. Scouting's all key, and certainly that's why we can see Catz hiding these Overlords ready to scout in the very near future. Natural expansion going down quite early for Puck, down before the 5 minute mark. It's, well, not as early as it perhaps would have been considered in Wings of Liberty, but certainly the advent of the Mothership Core and Heart of the Swarm has made it slightly safer for Protoss players to expand. Still potential to be caught by early Zergling plays, but generally Protoss players have adapted to this and know that the Mothership Core is a nice counter to most early Zerg play. The Mothership Core out for Puck is well out across the map, so that he can both harass Catz and get an idea of what is going on. Catz has his Zergling speed on the way, and actually grabbing a 3rd base as well, so fairly macro-minded this round from Catz. We've seen some interesting two base timings out of him thus far, things like the Swarm Host. It looks like Catz will be deviating from those sorts of plans and going for something a little bit different in game number 3, which is always good to see. Curious to see whether this is some sort of Roach Hydra play, or whether it will be the Zergling Baneling Muta that's come to sort of characterize the Zerg, the Zerg race in general in the recent sort of shift in the metagame. We see Zergling Baneling Muta in just about every matchup, ZvZ, ZvT, and predominantly in ZVP as well, so we'll see if that is the case here, or whether we do see something different. We do have a Roach Den on the way now, up in the main base where it's nice and safe. away from these early prying units of Puck. We do see a building force of Stalkers here. A few Zealots actually on the way too, so we may well be seeing some 2 base timing out of Puck. With 3 warp gates finished there, and seriously the only tech choice that Puck has made in almost this entire tournament has been gateways. We've got 4 gateways and just can see the punishing pressure he's putting on. This 3rd base is going to go down very quickly. We have spine crawlers coming up here now for Catz. Obviously wants to try and protect his natural. Infestation pit in the main, and if that's something that can characterize Catz play in this tournament and in the current environment, it has been very quick infestation pits. Most other players tend to prolong it in well after the 10-minute mark, electing to go for things like the Spire first. But Catz going straight for that infestation pit, and has used it to some great advantage thus far in the tournament. So we'll see if he can hold us off. This constant warp in of Zealots and Stalkers is doing a lot of damage. Nice surprise from these Zerglings at the back is going to allow him to do some damage to his Stalkers, but unfortunately unable to pick them off, and it looks like Puck's actually going to barrel in through this front door. How much damage can Puck do here? Can he seal it out and progress in this tournament, or can Catz stabilize? Looks like Catz trying to get a few roaches out here to try and hold the line. That is looking very grim. Time Warp here going to catch a lot of these workers. The workers now being forced to try and attack these Protoss units, but Zealots versus drones going to be a very one-sided conflict. Things unfortunately looking very grim here for Catz, and it looks like Puck may well be proceeding. We have the Desperation Swarm Host coming out yet again. Are these going to be here in time, or is it too little too late? We have the Protoss forces trying to barrel their way up the ramp. We have roaches getting caught from Catz. Can Puck do it? The pure gateway yet again seems to be the answer in every matchup for Puck. Gateway, and a little bit more gateway. The Swarm Host actually getting caught there on the ramp, burrowing, but just in time. Or the second Swarm Host unable to get underground. Does just, oh no, unburrowing at the most inopportune time. Swarm Host will go down. We unfortunately, it looks like Puck may well have done it here. He's soldiering into the main base. This last hatchery under threat now. Overlord's getting picked off. I think this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the last stand of Catz here as he unburrows his Swarm Host and pulls his workers off the line. It's just too many Protoss units. It's 2 base timing attack, managing to catch Catz just before he was able to get these units in play, and providentially so, as the Swarm Host would have caused great issues for Puck, who's almost been wholly gateway reliant this entire game. Even if we look now, we can see a robo facility on the field, but it's extremely rare that we've actually seen Puck go for anything other than gateway units. So it's managed to work for him thus far. Actually have Catz clinging in here, trying to make it work if at all possible. Going to be throwing down his hatchery here. Still got 4 Swarm Hosts. These Swarm Hosts potentially can do a lot of damage to Puck, but it's really it's difficult to recover when you have a 0 base against your opponent's 2 mining bases. It's more a question of if you cannot counterattack and do the damage. It's a question of when, not if, your opponent can capitalize on the position. So, but Catz never one to throw in the towel. It is up against. It's time for him. He's up against the ropes. Can he pull something out here? Actually, have the Protoss forces looks like destroying their own base, and he's going to GG out of the game. I think Catz, once he saw that the expansion was up and mining fully saturated, realised the futility of his position and politely GG'd out of the game. So we have, looks like Puck will proceed. He's going to be our second player in the round of 8, so it looks like it will be Kane and Puck moving through to the round of 8. 1 Zerg, 1 Protoss from the Group A stages. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the cast. This was only day 1, so there's 3 more days of awesome group stages. We'll be covering a lot of the matches from the group stages. There are some fantastic players coming up. There is Suppy, State, Neeb, Vibe, Minigun, QXE, Scarlet, Major, In Control, and Illusion all playing in this tournament. So it's going to be a fantastic series here at MLG's Game On. So hope you guys enjoyed it. By all means, please subscribe. You don't want to miss any of the games as they're uploaded. So tune in here at Aussie StarCraft for the very best of MLG's Game On. Thanks guys. Catch you all tomorrow.